Hey, I'm Kev Canister, and welcome to the lights of the Marina Bay Street Circuit in Singapore. This is an F1 2011 online race, and I'm in the lovely Lotus-Renault. Now this is just the two of us. In it, me and a fellow competitor fight to the death over a few laps. Now this is a mini-series before F1 2012 hits. There's only 3 episodes at the moment, with this being the first one. And this episode takes place around Singapore. Not one of my favourite circuits in the game, or one of my best circuits in the game, which I seem to say about most circuits in the game. This is like Valencia for me, where I struggle to brake and brake consistently. So I'm always running wide out a corner or two. I'm always losing that time, and it's always devilish to cut corners here, because you get the corner cut, you get the penalty, and then you'll get the DQ. As you can see, when the Lotus-Renault, doesn't it look lovely? That black and that goldish colour in this cockpit view. It's a small lobby. There's only going to be 4 players in it, but of course it doesn't matter, because there's only be 2 of us fighting to the death. As we go onto the grid, I start on pole, a Red Bull is beside me, my teammate Platinum Impulse is behind me, and I think that's how you say it, is in 4th in the Mercedes. As the engine revs, as the lights appear, we wait for them to disappear, and we get a good start. We out-drag that Red Bull to the first corner. We can move across to cover the inside line. There will be no overtaking here, sir. As we attack the second corner curve a bit too aggressively, but we got the car going forward. We got some nice sparks coming out of the rear. Now into turn 3 or 4, depends on circuit map you see. We go wide. We get a run from the Red Bull on the outside though. So we got the inside of this corner. We can just brake where we want and keep that inside line. And most importantly, keep the lead. As you go into this tight right-hander, the Red Bull nooks on the outside. That's never going to work. He gets swamped by my teammate. So it's a Lotus-Renault 1-2. Red Bull in 3rd, and Icardi is still at the back in 4th. So you go through the notorious Singapore sling. Probably one of my favourite corners on the circuit. Probably the most favourite. It's just exciting. It's nice getting the car balanced over there. And it's actually quite thrilling compared to most of the circuit, where you just stop starting. It's dull, it's boring, it's monotone. It's even down that straight where you can put the foot to the floor bit. It's just straight. Where's a bit of a bend? Even Valencia has bends. You go through PK corner where you famously spun the car around so Alonso could win in the Renault. And of course that cost him his F1 career, and cost a couple of others theirs as well. As we're with the Lotus team now, or the Renault team as it was back then, we go to the end of the first lap. We're just ahead of Platinum Impulse. It is just the 2 of us fighting, with the Red Bull miles behind and Arcade even further behind that. As you go wide in the first corner, such a difficult corner to hit, mainly because it has that raised curve on the inside of the first corner, so you can't really attack that curve. And of course you have a bend in the second turn, which is really difficult to not cut, as you probably saw last year in real life when Michael Schumacher attacked that curve, got the car sideways like a drifter. You don't really want to do that, but you do want to keep the car going forward. As we're hitting our braking points a bit. Okay, maybe we're not hitting our braking points, we're struggling a bit on this lap. As Icardi's up to 3rd, I think the Red Bull got disqualified. There's only 3 of us now, but we've got Platinum Impulse, our teammate, right behind us, as we're really struggling to brake and get the car into the corners. We're all over the shot, but Impulse, he's just staying behind us. I'm guessing he's trying to wait for a last lap attack around this circuit, as it really is difficult to overtake. Even when we outbrake ourselves and hit the wall like that, he's charging up to our rear end. Well, as we go into PK corner, we just hit that nicely for once, and we got quite a tidy end to the lap, thank God. So we can keep the lead going on to the final lap. But he's right behind us. He's thinking of a place where to overtake us. and we're under lots of pressure here. As you can see, we corner cut again that last corner. Quite difficult to get right because you really do have to get the turn in right, or else you'll be going over, corner cutting like that, or going wide. As you corner cut the first corner again, as I said, it's so difficult not to do that. Impulse has got the fastest lap, but only by a couple of tenths. So he's right down our rear end as we take the third or fourth turn. Quite slow there, we just want to get the car in for one. And he's right behind us, looking down the inside. We blocked that off. He's round the outside as we outbrake ourselves again. We're never going to hit an apex. As you go into this tight right hander, we outbrake. You've hit the wall, he's through. We've cracked under the pressure. And now we've got to try and fight back in this remaining part of the race. But he nipped faster than us, so it's going to be really difficult. As you go into the Singapore sling, we sling over it nicely. You kind of straight line the corner there a bit, but he's all over the place. Now we hit him into the wall, but we let him go because it is unfair to take a place like that. So we have lost time with our indiscretion though. We curse it down this straight, but we're not quite close enough. It's over a second ahead, but we outbraked him by quite a lot then. We've gained a bit. As we go into this last sector under the grandstand, he's all over the place. Is he going to get it right? He's outbraked himself. He's into the wall. We take Nooker down the inside. We've grabbed back the lead. We've got the lead back. Even though it was a collision, he spun round. And we did have quite a debate after this race. He asked me what I was doing. I was saying it's the last lap, probably the last chance to overtake. So I took it, and he kind of agreed. So tell me below if I was in the right there, if you would have made that move as well. Icardi, we're waiting for him to finish in the Mercedes. He comes in third, a nice podium for him. Kept his nose clean, but it doesn't appear he has one there. That was a nice finish for him, touring around the last corner. Now, I hope you did enjoy that race. It was quite an interesting battle, wasn't it? We were keeping the pressure under, and then on the last lap, we were trying to put the pressure on him. We both reacted in the same way, kind of cracking under the pressure. I'll be back tomorrow, maybe with a new series, or Friday. So till then, cheerio.